Here we go. Are you ready? Listen, I don't know if this is real or not, but if it is, we are closer than we ever thought before. They're saying it might be real this time, but I ask questions. I just have to keep it real with you. I ask questions and I say, what proof do you have of this? But hey, this article is titled New SEC and Ripple Meeting. Leak suggests this time is real. As soon as someone says leak to me, I start asking questions. Why do you take this serious? Where did it come from? There's no way to verify it, but we do know. And I'm not looking for this to end in August. Like I said, if this is the end of August, like September, that's what Brad Garlinghouse hinted at in a few of those interviews. When people asked him about that, and he's like, he says something akin to, is September is the end of the summer, right? Something like that, right? He's dropping hints. But even he doesn't know. It's up to the judge. But this article begins as such. The Ripple versus SEC case hangs in the balance as August looms with a potential leak, adding to the drama. The crypto world is holding its breath as the clock ticks down on Judge Annalisa Torres, the Honorable Judge Annalisa Torres' decision in the high-stakes Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. As the final days of July faded without a verdict, all eyes now turn to August the 1st. Ripple and SEC stand on the precipice of a watershed moment, bracing for a ruling that could send shockwaves through the cryptocurrency landscape. All right, so what's going on here? What's this leak? The SEC has scheduled another closed meeting that may involve Ripple Labs, causing a buzz of speculation in the cryptocurrency community. A leaked photo. Why are they calling it a leaked photo? Listen, I'll consider the possibility it's a leaked photo. All right, put it over here. But someone can just cook that up easily on their computer as well. So I'm playing with both ideas. I consider both. A leaked photo circulating on X, formerly Twitter, suggests that this meeting will be between the SEC and Ripple. Also, I take into account just having been online for a long time. I'm just telling you, there's a lot of people who troll a lot. Trolling. They'll cook something up just to make you look like a fool, just to get your hopes up. I don't put it past people to do such things. I've seen things a lot of times like that. They'll put something fake out there and hope that everybody runs with it, gets excited, and, just to hurt people. There's some vicious people out there. I consider that as well. The SEC has held several closed-door meetings recently, with the session on July 18th getting canceled and the session on July 25th, resulting in no significant updates. Well, that doesn't really mean anything. However, the latest meeting, now listed on SEC's website, has sparked renewed interest and conjecture within the crypto world. Unlike previous meetings, this one is drawing particular attention due to the rumored involvement of Ripple. It says the leaked photo fueling these speculations shows a purported agenda for the meeting, highlighting discussions between the SEC and Ripple. No matter what, it's coming to an end soon enough. We've done well. I remember the times where people said we were going to lose and then we won, and then they said we're going to lose again and then we won some more. We've been through it all. Just a few months away, maybe less than that. Who knows? But soon. And when it ends, the beautiful part is that it seems like this may end around the time the Bitcoin bull run really kicks off again. And if XRP makes a run, XLM, Stellar will make a run. But if Bitcoin makes a run while XRP is making a run, everything might go up even a little bit further. Bitcoin's going to pull all those utility coins up. You see it every single time. Then on top of that, look at all the good stuff going on. Then you have possibly a Solana ETF coming next year. Things are looking insanely bullish right now. But anyway, it says Ripple fights for survival amidst SEC scrutiny. I don't know why they're saying that. We won all along the way. We've continued to expand most of the businesses outside the U.S., although we do want to take the U.S. The U.S. banks are in a very precarious position, and they're there for the taking, just like I showed you the other day. You see that video from yesterday? Check out that video from yesterday. I think that was the one I talked about what's going on in a certain place. Their banking system is in trouble as well. Wait a minute. Did you also see the articles that came out today about Japan and, Janet Yellen? Janet Yellen is speaking about, how Japan utilizes the yen. And I've talked about this for years, right? I always reference Japan flooding their system with capital in order to keep their systems afloat. Janet Yellen comes out and speaks the opposite of what I've been saying. Like, Japan is having a bit of trouble. They've been having it for quite some time. And their methods of fixing it are interesting. I'll say that, say the least. Give them a little bit of respect there. But Janet Yellen comes out and says, no, what they're doing is it's perfectly fine. Like, no, if you're propping up a system and it's not true liquidity, there's a problem. The fact that you had to step in and actually take actions of any sort means that the system is not working. But what it shows is that these problems are global. The global financial system is for the taking. Now, once again, the new financial system, and some people take it this way, I don't know why they do. The new financial system is not meant to fix everything. No, but it acts as a basis upon which everything else could be built. It is the only solid infrastructure that's ready to go. AI is not ready yet, but it may be ready in the future. They have a long way to go with AI and actually trusting AI. If you've seen the glitches that have been happening with a lot of businesses that have been employing, and I'm talking about big businesses, like big fast food restaurants and companies that had to pull back some of their AI stuff as it malfunctioned and such. So that still has a little ways to go. Whereas I feel like the DLT and the new financial system, of which AI will become a part of, like I said, everything's going to congeal with the new financial system. In my humble opinion, not financial advice. But at that time in the future, sure, AI can congeal and it'll be ready. And I think probably that's going to be more feasible without all of these glitches and problems once they reach AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. And I want to shout out to the subscribers here, at least the ones that were on my AI channel, which I will revive at some point in the future, just not right now. I have other projects that I have to focus on. Life has been really, really crazy. But I want to say shout out to them because they're the ones who really brought AGI and how close we were to achieving artificial general intelligence. They're the ones who brought it to me. I have some great subscribers. I appreciate them more than they probably know. I think I'm just some guy on the internet but I don't feel anything. No, I do feel something. I'm like, I like these people. I appreciate them. Thank you for the information. And I hope, I've been doing this for a long time. I know I used to do a lot more deeper research more often. I still do some deep research now, but it depends on what it is, if there's something substantial to chase after. But I hope I offer something to the people because they offer a lot to me. So I just want to say thank you to every subscriber out there and everybody that's in the members only section as well. But now let's move on from that article, okay? Because we have more. They're telling. I don't see any way around this. The United States is setting everything up. It's all rigged, in my opinion. I look at cause and effect. There are no coincidences. And if you're a powerful entity, and I know for a fact the United States has many brilliant people. I'm talking about so brilliant it's unfathomable to most. I've rubbed shoulders with them, bounced ideas off of a lot of brilliant minds in my time coming up. They used to send us here and there and such. And, you get to debate with people. You get to interact with people. They do this testing on you to test your intelligence. And then they want you to collaborate. They try to teach you certain stuff. So I've interacted with a lot of very, very brilliant people. So I know that the United States, they definitely are paying these people a pretty penny. There's no way they're making these mistakes by accident. That's the point. If you sat through all of what I just said, there's no way they're doing this by accident. They're putting the world in a position where at some point you start to say to yourself, this is mutually assured destruction. What they're doing to themselves, what they're doing to the BRICS nation, some of their members, is mutually assured destruction. Nobody wins. But wait. Sometimes, instead of just an outright stalemate where everybody loses, what is the other angle that one can take? It would be to bring that individual to the table so we could set up a neutral system. But wait a minute, doesn't this go with another idea? It goes with the idea of a one world system. Now, sometimes you got to break things apart before you can pull them together, right? Now, I'll go into that a little bit deeper another time. Let's read this article here. It's titled, Russian State Duma deputy chairman, BRICS Swift counterpart needed for creating a new economic reality. What? Who do you think? Who have they been heavy in the BRICS nations, all across the BRICS nations, working with? A lot of the bank coin companies, period. And this is what I'm talking about. So look, you have the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, CBDC platform. You have stellar systems, whether it's Velo, EveryNet, or LightNet, all over South Asia. You have Stellar, Algorand via Koi Banks. You have Hedera. You have Cardano. I'm going to throw Cardano in there, right? They're not a bank coin, but Cardano is in there. They have a presence. You have XRP, all deep in Africa. Latin America. Do I need to go there? Do I need to talk about that? Stellar, Algorand. I think doesn't Zenfin have some stuff in Latin America also? Let me not leave out XDC, but I can't name all the bank coins all the time. But they're heavy in the bank coin infrastructures, which 100% I feel that this was very strategic. Everyone could see from a mile away. This is what they do for a living, they could see where all of this was headed. It only needed for them to push things just a little bit of a push. And that's where you get all of these sanctions and all of this hostile activity that is apparent between them, right? But they're calling for a new Swift counterpart. Now, they want this obviously to be all-encompassing, which is where things get interesting, because obviously they have all of their own not tiny, but their own localized, let me say it like that, be more respectful. They have their own localized systems. Everything will be customized. So then you need an overarching structure is what we're talking about. An overarching structure that pulls everything together. And in that, we're talking trillions of dollars, and someone's making generational wealth off of that. I'm talking about real generational wealth. You never have to even look at it. It's there long after you're gone. Someone's looking to make that off of this. Mark my words. It's not just about power. It's about power, and that money and that value goes hand in hand. Anyway, it says Alexander Babakov, deputy chairman of the Russian State Duma, highlighted the need to create a BRICS equivalent to the SWIFT messaging system, which routes payments alongside the current banking infrastructure. Babakov emphasized that this new system would help to reduce the dependence on Western institutions and simplify settlements outside dollar-dominated systems. Alexander Babakov, deputy chairman of the Russian State Duma, specified the benefits of creating a BRICS-based counterpart to the SWIFT banking messaging system. Here's another thing. A lot of countries are going to probably dabble in both when they're available. And I say that because SWIFT they don't have the global reach. They don't. And let me not say countries, companies. Companies want true global reach. That's what they want right now. That's how you make money. That's how you move value everywhere. That's how you track and have traceability. That's another thing people are forgetting, like VeChain, for example. They want to track and have traceability on everything, everywhere, every resource, every barrel of oil. There'll be no stolen oil anymore unless you got to scan that in, scan that out. They know when it came out the ground. They know when it went into the barrel. They know when it went onto the ship. Let me just give an example. It's probably not the line of events that happens with oil, but with that QR code tracking, they want that as well. And that gives them access and control over things they did not have access and control over before. They would find out later. Silver, every silver bar, you have to scan it to know where it is. You remember a long time ago, there was a lot of silver it was just disappearing. I'm assuming it got stolen. I thought I read an article where it was getting stolen from certain facilities. But no, they don't want that anymore. They want absolute control. These DLT systems are the key to it. DLT systems with something like maybe an AGI in the future, artificial general intelligence, that can monitor everything, right? And I don't just look at the shutting down of systems. Like if one part of the system goes down, everything else keeps running. That's an aspect of DLT that I think is going to be vastly expanded. Why would they not? It's not difficult to expand that aspect. And that's highly valuable. I think that they use in the future, you combine artificial general intelligence with some of these DLT systems, and it literally shuts down a piece of the system, or the bulk of the system leaves this one piece that's not, that you want to be accessible, leave that open, but shut everything else down. It makes those decisions to keep things secure. I think that's something, if it's not implemented right now, I don't know if it is or not. Once again, I don't proclaim to know everything. All right. But I mean, the world is changing. The future is so bullish when it comes to the utility coins, bank coins, just my humble opinion. A lot of people would disagree. Some people think only one coin is going to win. Hey, to each his own. I think a few coins are going to win. So I'm not going to say my opinion is any greater than yours. We all shall see. And as we walk forward into this great future that seems to be upon us. So now let's go to a little bit of Bitcoin news. A little bit of Bitcoin news here, right? Bitcoin, I still feel super bullish on Bitcoin. We're getting a lot of the negative catalysts out of the way. Didn't it go up just a little bit, a wee bit, but there's going to be some selling, of course. But I'm going to tell you what, I think they're going to push it. We're getting too many bullish predictions from really legit sources. And I say this, I don't think that they want their clients are here for small money. They're not here for small money at all. This is something, there's something else I want to say, but I'm going to save it for a members only video. All right. Make sure you're in the members only section. Make sure you're checking for that information. Sometimes you got to go to channel, check that section to get the articles and the videos and such. All right. Put your notifications on. I don't know if it works because mine definitely do not work. I put my notifications on. I do not get notified for any channel. None. I don't know what that's about. I don't know why that is. But I'm not complaining. I do things manually anyway. So be it. Anyway, this article here is titled, Analyst Sets Bitcoin's Timeline to Surpass $80,000. It will go fast. This is what they're saying. I believe it. I believe that. Recent technical indicators suggest that if Bitcoin maintains its current rally, the maiden crypto will be in line to clinch a record high above $80,000. Remember, 80,000 was my low price. Remember those predictions back then I was making. Notably, insights shared in X post on July 26 by Stock Money Lizards detailed a roadmap for Bitcoin's price movement, predicting a rapid ascent once specific market conditions are met. According to the analysts, Bitcoin has successfully retested the neckline at $63,500 as of late July, affirming a bullish short-term direction. The analyst pointed out that this successful retest confirms a solid support level, setting the stage for upward momentum. I can't wait, Bitcoin. Go ahead and explode whenever you want to. Pause. It says the expert emphasized that breaking $72,000 resistance will be pivotal. This level is crucial, a crucial threshold beyond which Bitcoin's price action is expected to accelerate significantly. Stock Money Lizards outlined a two-step scenario once Bitcoin approaches and surpasses the $72,000 mark. Did it do that yet or not? I want to go check, but I don't want to pull up another tab. I have 1,000 tabs open. Initially, a fake out is anticipated. This phase will likely see a sudden drop liquidating a significant number of short and late long positions. This shakeout is expected to cleanse the market of weaker hands, setting the stage for a more robust price movement. Following the fake out, a quick high volume leg up is projected. This surge will propel Bitcoin past the $80,000 mark, driven by renewed investor confidence and market momentum. All right, they're thorough. This is one of the most thorough Bitcoin articles I've read in a long time. It says the timeline for this price action is set for late August to early September. I've heard a lot of people say that. Stock Money Lizards suggest that this period will mark the end of the summer lull, initiating a powerful rally in Bitcoin's price. Isn't it typical for Bitcoin after a halving sort of to... Is that what am I remember that accurately? Or is it just every winter Bitcoin sort of, goes up a little bit? It says once 72K is broken, it will go fast. Unquote. All right. So now let's move on here. We have some more Bitcoin news. There's a lot of good Bitcoin news going on lately. I'll tell you that much. Now, this article here is titled Hong Kong Legislator Eyes Bitcoin for Fiscal Reserves. By engaging with stakeholders and focusing on compliance, Johnny Ing aims to position Hong Kong as a leader in adopting Bitcoin and Web3 technologies. And this is why what's going on over there is so important, and its connections to the world are so important, and its connections to the BRICS nations is so important. All right, now I'm telling you. Hong Kong Legislative Council member Johnny Ing has announced plans to collaborate with the various stakeholders to assess the feasibility and the potential benefits of incorporating Bitcoin into the special administrative region's financial reserves. Could you imagine, with all of those banks that they're having a problem with? Did you see yesterday's video? Like I said, that was a good video there. That's important. That information was very important, as a matter of fact. But with all those banks going down over there, if you remember that some of the CEOs were on the run at one point, right? They were on the run and they had taken the people's money. Like, one of the problems with the world right now in their financial system is liquidity. They lack liquidity. But if you can tap into Bitcoin anytime, if you could tap into an XRP at any time and liquidate that, like what Germany just did. You saw what Germany just did? I forgot the reasoning for them liquidating that Bitcoin. But let's say they needed some capital to use for something. They could easily just sell that Bitcoin or have sold that Bitcoin. Now they have extra capital on hand. Now, right now, Bitcoin, I know Bitcoin price is up there. Yeah, sure. To most people, it's up there. But it's not astronomical like I think the powers that be want it to be. And we'll see later on how they deal with other unleashed cryptos like XRP and Solana, others that I believe are going to get the green light. We shall see. Ethereum is there as well, but I'm waiting to see how everything shakes out with Ethereum. You know, they have a lot of enemies. So now, imagine if they could tap into that. I think they want that. So anyway, that stays on my mind. It says he highlighted the importance of considering Bitcoin and strategic fiscal reserve. Exactly. Strategic fiscal reserves. I knew I was on the right track, suggesting that its inclusion could benefit Hong Kong's economic framework under the right regulatory conditions. This is Bitcoin and Web3 development. It always weirds me because my light has like an orange shade on it, so it makes everything look orange. It's just always just like a thorn in my mind. But I like the color. I just don't like the glare of it, you know, if that's the right word. In the future, I probably should just get a white light. Like, I don't know. That probably wouldn't work too well, right? I don't know. So anyway, Bitcoin and Web3 for development. Let me see. I have another article here, and we're getting to a little bit deep into the video. It says Wu's comments come when Bitcoin and Web3 technologies are gaining traction worldwide. The decentralized nature of Bitcoin, along with its limited supply, have positioned it as a valuable asset in the eyes of many investors. Well, that we know. So we're going to move on here. I have one more article here, one more. So let's go here. All right. Feeling good today. I hope you're all feeling good. I hope you're healthy. I hope your families are healthy. So we have another warning. We just got a warning from Larry Fink. We had another warning we read about a day or two ago was that from Voorhees? I think it was from Voorhees. Now we're getting a warning from JP Morgan. Are people taking this serious yet? This article is titled JP Morgan Chase issues warning to investors as U.S. national debt hits north of $34 trillion, almost $35 trillion. They might as well just round it up. $34 trillion. So we have all of the bigwigs, most of them, issuing the warning. The U.S. national debt is closing in on $35 trillion, triggering a warning to investors. Investors, hey, warning. Analyst at JP Morgan Chase. According to new data from the Treasury, the total outstanding public debt amounts to $34.9 trillion as of July 25th. That's up from $32 trillion just 1 year ago. In a new memo to investors from its private banking arm, JP Morgan analysts say there are underlying risks associated with America's ballooning deficits and high sovereign debt levels. And according to the bank, investors shouldn't expect any significant improvement in America's fiscal outlook anytime soon. That's alarming. Quote, the bottom line for investors is that we don't expect meaningful improvement in the trajectory for the U.S. debt or deficits in the medium term. However, the multi-asset portfolios should still be able to deliver for investors. Monetary policy have maintained credibility. Investor demand for U.S. Treasury assets is still strong. Did you see the video yesterday about how that would affect U.S. Treasuries and the selling of U.S. Treasuries? Oh, man, there's a lot coming. I think you and we see this big picture. I'm telling you, most people are not seeing all of the picture. It says, and the tax base is robust. What about, what? Didn't they have a problem? Didn't we cover this? They had a problem with their interest payments. That's not looking good. Okay. So that said, the risks are meaningful enough to consider adding non-US dollar denominated assets and, quote, real assets, unquote, such as infrastructure, gold, and commodities to traditional multi-asset portfolios. I always talk about diversification, but a lot of people are against it. They're against being diversified. I'm well diversified. Some commodities here, real assets also, real assets, digital assets, there you go, a little artwork here and there. But diversification, I think, is very important. Very important. T-bills here and there. JP Morgan says the growing debt and deficits will limit the, quote, fiscal flexibility, unquote, of the U.S., restricting the government's ability to respond to future economic downturns. Okay, so now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.